Hi everybody, Tashi here from Pixie Mommy's Reborns. Welcome back to everyone new. Hello and welcome. So look who it is. Yes, it's the new baby. So I'm picking up kind of where I left off, I suppose. I've been gone for a little bit, like a week, and then I gave y'all the update video on my husband. So to those of you that have no idea what I'm talking about, my husband was in a pretty bad car accident. The not this not yesterday, but the Friday before that. So 8 days ago. 8 days ago. So that was a whirlwind of um, all going on. And of course, I had to go MIA from social media. And I've updated you all as I've went along, as much as I could. So, to those of you interested, real quick, I'll let you know that my husband is still doing very well, recovering very well at home. It really, in all honesty, just God is great. Um, it couldn't be going better given the circumstances. So I'm really pleased about that. And um, my husband also wanted for me to, thank you all. He from the bottom of his heart is just so thankful for all of your prayers, all of your, kind words and everyone's prayers, everyone's concerns. I did tell him, I did read him some of the messages. He saw, comments, and realized that there was just so many people out there praying for him, because we were in fact talking about how blessed we were, and how even from the accident itself to the surgeons and the people at the hospital, and to things that could have went terribly the other way and wrong that got better instead. And we were just talking about how blessed we were. And I did say, you have people from all over the world, hundreds of people praying for you. And that's when he kind of realized. I explained to him that I did update you all, and that there was a lot of people praying for him. So he wanted me to say thank you. So thank you. That's something that it has always been meaningful to me here in the doll community. It's something I I've said often, and I say a lot, that I am grateful for all of you, and it's part of um, you know, even being on YouTube. It's part of why I will weather out storms and da 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 da. It's it's because of the interaction and the friendships and the kindness of others, and the way that you're able to reach people, and the way that you all not only allow me to touch your lives, but you all touch my life deeply. And it means a lot to me. So thank you. Thank you to all of you, for being here. So going on to dolls, which I know is of course what everyone came for. This little bub had come the Friday, 8 days ago. He had come on that Monday. And that week in itself was, just one of those kind of hectic, crazy weeks. So I didn't get to make a video with him other than his box opening. I did announce his name on Instagram, but to those of you that don't know his name and haven't been on Instagram, I guess I should reveal his name here, right? And also this is the Chase sculpt by Bonnie Brown. I adopted this little bub from another collector, a friend of mine, who I'm very grateful for her as well. And the I don't know, the week that I had when he came, and just some extenuating circumstances, like, it just made this little baby more special to me. And he's, yeah, he's just really special to me. So I named him Noble. So please, everyone, welcome Noble, baby Noble, to YouTube. And I just adore him. I adore this sculpt. I love the Chase sculpt. I had a Chase, and I I let him go, and it wasn't because I didn't love him or love the sculpt, but there was like extenuating circumstances, and it actually came together and wound up to be perfect, because that Chase is over by Nana, and she is so thrilled with him, and he brought, some joy to her during a very difficult, time in her life. And so that was wonderful to see. Like, things always just kind of work out the way they're supposed to. I feel like with these babies, they wind up in the arms of who they are supposed to be with. And sometimes there may be, somebody that, needed that baby at that time more than you did, which was certainly the case with my first Chase, my little blonde-haired boy, Lennon. So I am like, just to see this little face again and this sculpt, I feel, as far as realism, this sculpt takes the cake. The Chase sculpt, I mean, every Chase that I have seen, no matter how it's painted, how it's rooted, like whatever, it's just such a realistic sculpt, and just photographs, really beautifully. He holds, like, he feels so real in my arms. You can weight a reborn. If you weight a reborn correctly, like to your like taste, to your like, to how that baby feels in your arms, as to a real baby, you can get them to feel like, when you pick up like a full-bodied silicone, you're like, oh my goodness, it feels, just like a real baby. And I did a video, I think, with Stellan, talking about weighting your reborns, and the real, for realism, and how much the weighting makes a difference. And it not only makes a difference in the realism for the way that you feel them and the way that they hold, but when you're making videos with baby that is weighted, feeling like a real baby to you, you're then tending to handle that baby with the care of the way that you would handle a newborn baby, because you're conscious, you're not having to try, it's like you're naturally, holding that baby because of the way that they are weighted. Because babies are, you have to think about how much does a newborn baby weigh. An average newborn baby, you're gonna get from 5 to 9 pounds, and a size like, say, of Chase, this is a good sized newborn baby. He's wearing this Humphrey's Corner little footed, I guess you would even call this a footed romper. It's a little fancier than PJs, and this is actually a mother care tiny baby size. Now it's running on the bigger. I would say this is more like a newborn size sleeper or footy or whatever you want to call it. However, he completely fills this out. Whereas I remember when I brought my kids home from the hospital, and even my oldest daughter was 7 pounds 13 ounces, and then I think my next one was 7'2", My next one was 6 even. My kids went down, in weight. However, 6 pounds, 7 pounds, they were absolutely swimming in a newborn sleeper. They would have been like absolutely swimming in this. You wouldn't be able to see their little hands. Their feet are all scrunched up into here. So when you're looking at like a sculpt like Chase, this is a good size newborn. This would be a 9-10 pound baby. Now it's completely dead weight in a doll, so it would be too much to weight this baby 10 pounds. But I really got to get a scale to see how I'm weighting my babies. But I would say I've got him weighted to a good maybe 6.5, 7 pounds, somewhere. And he could even be a little heavier. He really, yeah, I could add a little bit more weight to him if I wanted to, but with my back and everything, I figured, this was good. But anyway, just wanted to say to everybody, how much of a difference that makes, to just order yourself some weighting materials to have on hand and to weight your reborns, realistically for yourself. It just makes such a difference in their realism. So Mr. Noble is officially part of the crew here. I am, I love I absolutely, absolutely love his painting. In fact, I'm going to take his little sleeper off just so you can see a little more of him, since you all haven't gotten to see much of him. And I have no idea how I'm going to title this video, because I'm sure understandably so, I'm so discombobulated. Like, I didn't even know what baby should I bring on. Should I change him? Should I do a tie? I'm just like, so, all over the place, because, everything is, the accident was, scary, and we were, running like lunatics, of course, and it's just, I feel like I still haven't caught up on sleep. I still feel like I could sleep like 100 years. Anyway, so I love his painting. It's almost like slightly different than, different painting than I've had. I think I want to say it was my Tink from Russia, similar to this, but no, the painting style wasn't, but the varnish was, whatever, varnish this is, it's nice. It's definitely nice. And this painting is just like I said, it's a little different from like maybe more of what I'm used to, but like in a good way. Like, I really like it. I wouldn't say that I like one more than the other, but I would just say that I really, really like it. He doesn't have a ton of mottling, like the little tiny, mottling. He has more of, I guess you would call it, and he does have mottling, but he has almost more of like a blushing, and I don't know, he's got beautiful feet, the painting on his feet, and I don't know how to describe this style of painting. But he definitely has like blotchy, like it's not like the newborn mottling, but yet he does look newborn because of all the blotchy, and he's certainly like translucent and layered and everything. So and I love to have babies that, if I as long as that realism is there, and it's like, I like the style, which I like my babies to have a lot of color, a lot of realism, a lot of like, blotchiness, and, things like that. The more imperfections, like, milk bumps and, scratches and things. Like, I really, really like that. Not that he really doesn't have scratches. He has a little, like, capillaries up on his eyelids, and he's got a little stork bite. I love stork bites. And he has what I'm calling milky lips, because he actually is painted so that he has a little bit of, like, white in the corner, like, milky corners of his mouth, so it looks like he just got finished, having a feeding. And it's nice because it doesn't show, like, if I'm just holding him like this, you can't, like, see it. And in a lot of photos you can't see it, but if you want to zoom in on it and, like, put a bottle next to him and take a picture to show, like, you just finished a bottle, and you take it at the right angle, you can totally see it. So I like it. I can see it more, I think, in person than you can on the camera, which is fine, and I think it's cute. It's just something different that I've never had. I'll have to do a details video of him so you all can maybe can you all see that? So that you could see. And it's funny because, like, when the light hits him in certain ways, look at that face. I mean, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. When the light hits him in certain ways, he almost looks like he's shiny, but it's the way, like, the light is bouncing off of him, because he's not, he's not shiny. But in certain lighting, he looks it. But you know what? I think any baby does. It's just, like I said, it's just a different style of painting, and I like it. I think the artist is in Venezuela, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So, they may have, like, a different style there, which is really super cool. Now, onto his hair. Well, you all know I am picky with the hair, and I have to say, I feel like maybe I'll title the video, "Are you, reborn mohair spoiled?" I am, like, I've refined my taste as I've went along in my collecting. And, once you have certain types of mohair and a certain style and type of rooting, it's hard then to go back to something else. His hair is, first off, I love the color. It's almost like, I was calling it an auburn. I think Katie mentioned that it might be a chocolate brown, and because it has, like, the red hues in it. Beautiful color. Super soft to the touch. But and it looks cute, like, in photos. He looks cute on a video, and I'm probably not gonna be able to show what I do, how much of it. Wait, well, let me show you the back. It is a hot mess. I mean, as soon as you lay this baby down, he's got a fuzzy in here. It is a tangled mess. It's very thick. It's very thick. And see, in the back, the front is rooted. Actually, the sides here are mono rooted, and the front here is rooted nicely. It's micro rooted. The back, I don't know if I would even consider this micro rooting, because it's just, I wouldn't say it's pluggy. It's not, that bad, but it's, and I don't want to say bad, just thick. I would say thick. It's just got a lot of hairs in one plug in the back, and it's very, very thick, which is good, I guess, for that messy look. And you know what? I guess if I keep him up on that messy look, when I try to comb it because it does have a nice swirl. And when you wet it, you can swirl it into like a perfect, nice thick swirl look and take a few photos. But again, the second you move him, and the cut is kind of like it's thick and then I can't explain it. It's just kind of like choppy. So I'm thinking like to go, to fluff it out because it's almost like layered and it's kind of cut like up you see that cut the way? And look at that, and this was just, I just had it combed. I'll show y'all. See, it probably would have been better if it wasn't cut up so short. Anyways. And I'm not, every artist has their own style of, rooting and the way that they cut the hair and, and sometimes, it, because they've rooted it, it's easy for them to style because they know the direction that they've rooted it. I've kind of noticed that, especially with babies with thicker hair, sometimes it's very, very, very difficult to get the hair back to the direction and the style that the artist originally had because, again, they know the hair, they've rooted the hair. And some of this, I think, is just the hair, the brand of the hair itself. And I believe she uses baby locks. And I've had a baby with baby locks, which I like the hair. It wasn't bad. It was nice. It was pretty. It was silky. That baby had more of like a messy hair look. And I think that this is a nice brand for that, more of like that crazy do, messy hair look. He's got the cut like that. It's supposed to be neat and supposed to have a swirl. And so it doesn't, for me. Y'all see what I'm saying? Now, some of you are going to understand what I'm talking about if you've got that much OCD as me with mohair. Okay, so anyway, so that's like kind of what I'm dealing with on the back. So I think for now, I'm just gonna let him have a messy hair look, and that'll just suit the cut. What do you all think? So I'm just gonna, when this dries, I'm just gonna let it go back up messy and take it from there. I can't figure out because I'm not an artist and I'm also not a hairdresser. Is it just because it's so thick? Is it the brand of mohair? Is it just because I can even feel in back here just the rooting? Like I said, it's not, I feel like it's not even micro rooted. Top is. But artists do that probably to achieve a certain look, and this baby is supposed to have just thick, luxurious hair. And I'm just not feeling it, I guess, if y'all understand what I'm saying. Like, he's beautiful and I love him and I'm certainly not complaining. And I think that this artist's work is, absolutely gorgeous, and it could just be this cut, this baby that just for how short, for the length, and I don't know. I'm not sure, but I've just been having trouble, like when I hold him and his hair, if I brush his hair when I hold him or I lay him down and I pick him up. I used to have that in the beginning. I had a bunch of babies that had Delta Dawn, and I realized that because up until like a couple years ago, everybody was all about the Delta Dawn, Delta Dawn, Delta Dawn. It was like supposed to be this premium good mohair. If you advertise baby has Delta Dawn mohair, people are like, ooh, that's a really good hair. And then probably through YouTube videos, us all being able to say as collectors, hey, this hair isn't so manageable. It looks nice on when you take time to comb it perfectly, but as soon as you lay that baby down, pick that baby up, it's completely unmanageable. So there's a lot of collectors now that say, oh, I'm not a fan of Delta Dawn. I am one of those. I'm not a fan of Delta Dawn. Everybody loves something different, though. Delta Dawn is a very soft mohair, very, feels like baby hair. I'm more of a like sparser rooting. I have mohairs that I really enjoy. Several of the babies, though, have like that Russian mohair where you just don't know what brand it is. And I think a couple others, like I do know the brand, but it's not necessarily easy to come by, etc. Mohair is a thing where, heck, the Russian artists won't even say. You can ask them till the cows come home, and they will not tell you what brand of mohair or how it's processed or what. It's like the best kept secret in reborning. And I totally get it. I totally understand why they want to keep that a secret, because why wouldn't you? You now have something that is you're offering on your art that is not obtainable anywhere else. It's like a signature thing. And boy, can they root. Oh my goodness. So I don't know over there if they get together and teach each other, if they have small doll shows that they go to within their areas, that they're teaching their techniques and things like that, because it just seems like, oh my gosh, like every baby that I've ever gotten from Russia has this amazing, amazing, amazing hair. So anyway, once you start to, experience babies with that kind of hair, you just want it. So anyway, my long-term thoughts for Noble is to, it's going to be a process, because I will have to remove all of his hair, remove all of the glue and everything from the inside to have his head totally clean. And that is a huge project. I did it with Stellan. It was like, days and days and days and hours and hours and hours of tedious. It's a lot. It's a lot. And I said with Stellan, I just was so thrilled, like, oh, I did it. And he's like, to me, like my perfect Levi for my collection. I'm so happy. But I said, never again, never again, never again, never again. I would always just make sure that whatever babies I adopt, that they have everything that I want, painting, hair, everything, exactly, But as we all know, it doesn't always work out that way. And sometimes we fall in love with little baby, and there may be certain things that we'd like to change. And if it's possible, even if it's a huge investment of time, work, and then a lot of money on top of that, if a baby is worth it, and this is for me, obviously, I'm speaking for myself as a collector, for my own collection. If a baby is worth it, and I feel like that's a sculpt and a baby that I want in my collection long term, that I can then settle down with and just really enjoy. I weigh out my pros and cons, and I feel like Noble is a baby that I just absolutely adore. I'm thrilled with him. even if a chase popped up that was, painted amazing and had that hair that was my taste, what I wanted, I don't know that I could let this baby go. So I think that I'm looking along the lines that I am going to at some point, and it's going to have to be, put on a back burner because, of course, our family has, gone through this crisis, and it's not only like physically and being scared and what's going to happen. Of course, you family, we're facing now, household things, and I'm not even going to get into this. That stuff's really none of anyone else's business, but I just, definitely hobby things, splurging and things like that has to be put to the side and put off for a later date. Thankfully, I am so very blessed with so many amazing babies in my nursery to enjoy and to keep me busy for a very long time. So, I'm grateful for that. I know how blessed, that I am. Not that I haven't worked my patutskis off, because I have. Whoops, your head. But you know what I'm saying. I still feel very blessed. And look at these feet. I mean, I could just sit here talking to you all, looking at this baby on the camera for hours. I should have filmed a live tonight. What time is it? Maybe I could go on. I think it's late though. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed seeing baby Noble. This is going to cut me off, so I'm going to say goodbye. And this is just a mishmash. It's not really a topic, but I'll get back on track with you all. I missed you all, and I wanted you all to see baby Noble. All right, everyone. Don't forget to give this video a like. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you never miss a video and so you receive invites to my live streams. All right, everyone. Till next time, God bless.